Okay, folks, welcome back to another lesson by myself, Mr. America, one-to-one tutor. We're looking at volume of prisms, exercise A. In this particular exercise, we'll be looking at the triangular prisms and all the different variations of that. I think we could just quickly color in this front face here as well. Let's just follow the same theme as the other questions, first of all, before we get started. Okay, that's lovely. So, when we talk about volume of a prism, how does that differ from the volume of a cuboid? Well, the cuboid volume we've done in the previous video, and I'll just quickly recap that for you here in this corner, in this little bubble. That's the volume of a cuboid. That's a very simple, basic formula. Now we need to adjust this to fit our volume of a prism. So, let's get rid of that for the moment. And now we can move back. Oops, I don't want to do that. Okay, right, go to page 1. Right, here we go. Now, volume of a prism is to do with the area of the cross section. Now, the area of the cross section is the area of the face at the front. Multiply by the length. So here's the length here in the diagram here. Here's the length of the prism. So volume of a prism, okay, is always to do with areas. So we're looking at the area of the cross section multiplied by the length. Now, in the question that we have here, which is triangular prism, we will be looking at this formula here, because the area at the front of a triangular prism is a triangle. So the area of that triangle is half time by base time by height. And then the volume here has a time by length. So this is the formula that we're interested for this exercise. Below here we have the volume of other prisms. We have the trapezoid prism, we have the cylinder, and the parallelogram prism as well. But this is the one that we're looking at right now, this one. So let's get back to the other page. Here comes the questions. Okay, let's get back our tools. So let's write our formula down. So the volume is equal to the area time by length. So volume equals base time by the height, because the shape at the front is a triangle. So base time by height divided by 2. Then times that by the length for the rest of the volume calculation. So let's have a look what our values are. Our base is 4 and the height is 5. So we can say 4 times by 5, then divided by 2. Multiplied by our length, which is 12. 4 times by 5 is 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So this part here gives us 10. This first part. And then you times it by 12, which is that part there. So that will give us an answer of 120. Now remember, volume again is a cubic measurement. So you have volume in millimeters cubed, centimeters cubed, meters cubed, and so on and so on and so on. So the units are always cubic. So 120 centimeters cubed, because they start different cubes. So that's the volume. Done. That's the first question done. Now the second question, let's get back to our red. Volume again, volume equals the area of the front face, which is here, the cross section, which is being shaded in, time by the length. So a very simple formula. So in this particular question, again, we have a triangle. This is a triangle. So we use the formula for the area of a triangle. Excuse me. Is base time by height divided by 2 time by the length. Now, in this particular question, you have to be careful. We have centimeters, centimeters, and meters. We cannot use different units in one question. So we need to convert the 0.8 meters into centimeters. So if I do a little calculation on the side somewhere, okay, we have 0.8 meters. I'm going to change that to centimeters, so we times it by 100. So the 0.8, move it 2 places to the right. So that gives you 80 centimeters. Okay. So that is now 80 centimeters. So let's have a look. So the base is 10. The height is 80. This is how high the shape is over here. This number. Divide that by 2, times by length, and the length is here, 20. So if you work this out, so you have 10 times by 80 is 800. 800 divided by 2 is 400. So we have 400 times by 20. 4 times by 2 is 8, and then we've got 3 zeros left to put back on. Excuse me. And that's the end of the second question. Okay, right, let's have a look at the third question. In the third question, again with the same formula, volume equals the area times by the length. The area is the area of this cross section here, which is the front of the shape. It's the triangle traveling all the way through the shape. Okay, let's choose a slightly thinner pen. That probably might help us a bit. Now the area of this triangle is the base times by the height. Again, we got centimeters, centimeters, millimeters. We need to change this millimeters into centimeters. The 70 millimeters. Change it centimeters, so divide by 10. So that gives you 7. So to change them to 7.0 centimeters. Excuse me. So volume equals the area, again, base times by the height divided by 2 times by the length. So the base is 7. Not 17 because 7 centimeters. The height is 8. Divided by 2 times by the length is 100. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times by 7 is 28. 28 times by 100 is 2800. And here comes our last question on this particular exercise. So again, we are looking at the cross section, which is a triangle shape here. So it's a triangle. Yeah, this is our cross section. So no matter which way it's shaded in, it's our triangular prism. Now again, be careful. Look at the units. Let's make this one a little bit bigger. So if you look here, we have centimeters, meters, and meters. So these are already in meters, and that one's in centimeters. So if we change 200 centimeters into meters to make all the units the same, consistent, then we have to divide it by 100. So if I just quickly do over here, then I'll have to rub it out because I'm running out of space. 200 centimeters divided by 100 gives you 2 meters. So we can rewrite this as 2 meters and cross that one out for the moment. Okay, right, I'm going to need to get my rubber and rub this bit out here because I need the space. Let's make it a bit smaller. So, so your volume is equal to the area of the cross section times by the length. Okay. So the area of the shape is a triangle. So the base times by the height divided by 2 times by the length. So what is the base? The base of the triangle is 2. The height of the triangle is here, 4.5. Divided by 2 times by the length, which is here. Now these two will cancel, so you're left with 4.5 times by 2.3. And again, I'm running out of space here on this particular page to do that calculation, so I'm just going to quickly do it off the screen and see what we get for that. So we have 4.5 times by 2.3, and that gives us an answer of 10.35. Meters cubed now, because that was all the units are in meters. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. Hopefully this helps you with your understanding of how we do volume of prisms and looking at the triangular prisms in this particular video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the bell button for all further notifications of any of our new videos that we upload, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for joining us. See you on the next one.